Today is the 4th edition of Saturday's Nostalgia Bites. This is the one that I had the most amount of requests for. It is the very famous tinned Bentos pies. And I'm not just going to test one today, I'm actually going to test two, because I couldn't quite decide between the chicken or the beef and ale. So I got both and I thought, let's try them out. Now, I haven't eaten one of these since I lived in our very first flat in East Kilbride when Yvonne and I moved in together. And I'm sure we had one then, but that must be, 20 plus years, I would think now. Maybe longer since I've ever had one of these. But it was the most requested choice on the channel over the last couple of weeks. And given that last weekend we did the Viennetta ice cream, which was the sweet, we might as well have the savoury today. But I had a little look at some of the facts around these because I didn't know that much about them. But it turns out that Fray Bentos is actually a town in Uruguay. Yeah, like who knew? But it was established in 1859. Now the can says since 1881. So either Wikipedia or the can is lying to me, but 1859 was the first date. Says here 1881. I do know that, however, they started with tinned corned beef. Maybe that's a suggestion for another nostalgia bite down the line. But they started making tinned corned beef in 1873. And then, of course, they became famous during wartime when Fray Bentos shipped 16 million canned meat pies to the war front. And that was from 1943 onwards. So pretty impressive. And then in terms of the meat pies themselves, these became a staple in the UK from 1961 onwards. And in 2013, Fray Bentos production moved to Scotland. Actually part of the Baxter's production line, so the famous soup line, now produced these and they're made in Scotland and have been since. And they're kind of a staple. It wasn't hard to find. They were available in all of the supermarkets. Multiple flavours available, chicken and beef, but they also had mince options. They actually do dessert versions as well. And in terms of a cost for these, they were £3 each. So about $4 in the US. They are widely available in the UK. They have been shipped to also parts of Europe and also Australia. Again, who knew? But let's get them in the oven. The oven is on a preheat right now at 180 degrees centigrade, and this needs to get opened. So the can is actually opened at the top. The lid is removed and then it's cooked the rest of it inside these tins for about 30 minutes until they're golden on the top with a crust. And then we're going to taste test them and see if they're like I kind of remember all those years ago. So let's crack on with this.
Have you got a little...
Hello, love. See, you and Dave got married then? Got just what you need for supper. Tender beef simmered in its own gravy with a tasty pie crust.
Oh, but I've never made a pie.
No, and you never have to. Fray Bentos steak and kidney pie, just like his mother's. She buys them here too.
Let's see if I've got the muscle strength to get these bad boys open. So this is always a challenge, right? I mean, I just look at these things straight away and I'm like, how does that work? But I'm gonna make an assessment. Right, let's see if that's good enough. Well, either that's the pressure of the can just peeling open, or I'm not doing this right, but let's see. Yeah, I'm going to suggest that didn't do jack, so let's try that again. No cheeky editing done there whatsoever, honestly, but thought I was going to have to go and buy a new can opener. But it's opened. So that's the first one. Let me just break that off. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. All right, there is the top of the pie. That's the chicken one. Let's see if we can get the beef one opened now. Dun, dun, dun. Points for getting this one open. First time round, John. Looks like it's doing something. To my more mature viewers who watch this channel, I can see your age brackets when I look at the statistics, and I'm in the 40 to 50 bracket. To my older viewers, I would say proceed with caution when buying one of these, because that was really not the easiest. I'm sure there's probably better technology out there that you've all got. Jesus. Versus this thing that we've got. But this would be a 1-star review on Amazon. But pies are open. Here's the beef and ale, little bit of gravy seeping over the side there. So let's get it in the oven and then let's do the taste test. "30 minutes later, and these two pies are ready. Have a look at that. Luckily, they're actually labelled up. So that's the chicken one, and that's the beef one. Got a little bit of a leakage out the side. The question is, look at the pastry. Is it crispy? Yeah, sounds pretty good. It's piping hot, right? So I'm liable to just scald my face off. But one of the things about Fray Bentos pies is that it's one of the only food products that you actually cook in the can and you're supposed to eat it from the can. It does say on their website that if you're feeling posh before you have your Viennetta, you can tip it out onto the plate, but it says just enjoy it in the can. So let's see if we can get inside this. Oh, it's so, look at the, woo! Oof, that's extremely hot. It's very liquidy inside. I mean, I'm not quite sure how much chicken is inside that one. Let's open up the beef one a little bit. Oh yeah, it's definitely a lot more gravy inside there. You can see there. So quite liquidy, right? Quite liquidy. Let's try a little bit of the, you know, here's a question, right? Sauce, would you add sauce to these, like tomato or HP sauce? For me, brown sauce on the top here and in the gravy. But we won't cheat, we'll just have some of the gravy. Let's see what it tastes like, right? It's like 20 years since I've had one of these. Not quite sure what to say about the gravy on that. It's a little bit kind of chalky, a little bit, it's quite thick. The meat, I mean, it was £3, right? It was £3, so I kind of want a bit of the pastry without melting my face off here. See if I can try and get a bit of this. Well, oh, I'm spilling it everywhere because I'm trying to get this, but let's have a little bit of the pastry. Come on. It seems quite a little bit gloopy, if that's the right word for it, right? It's more wet than it is crispy, if you know what I mean. It's not like a sheet of puff pastry. It's soggy underneath. But you know what? See, for £3, of all the dishes we've had so far, this has been the toughest one. I mean, even the crispy pancakes tasted better. This is a tough eat. Let's try the chicken one. Pastry's a little bit better. It's so wet underneath. Look at all of that. Look. Let's see if we can get a bit of the chicken and the gravy. Gravy's much lighter in colour than the beef one. Let's try a little bit of the meat. I know everybody wanted me to try these, and I know this was the most requested, but this is tough, guys. This is a tough eat. I would score this, both flavours, a 3 out of 10, representative of the £3 that they cost each. But I'm not sure if this was like a humiliation ritual where you actually picked these to get eaten because you knew how bad they were, or whether you genuinely had an affection for these. But guys, this was not fun. It's not good. It's not good. We've gone through Findus pancakes, we've done the Vesta chow mein, we've had the Viennetta last week, still my favourite, and now we've done 2 of the Fray Bentos pies. They might have been around since 1859, but yeah, definitely were probably a wartime treat, but post-war, when we've got choice in the supermarkets, I don't think this would be top of my list. Thank you so much for the recommendations. Let me know what we should try next, what we should go and find in the supermarkets. I did think about other canned meals, and Yvonne and I were talking about the Christmas dinner. Have you ever seen that, where it's a can that has a whole kind of like Christmas dinner, pudding, starter, everything included in there? I'm not sure how easy those are to find, but maybe that could be a choice. Let me know what you think we should eat next. Thanks for watching. This was episode 4 of Nostalgia Bites. And as always, if you want to stick around watching some of my content, there's a video here that YouTube thinks you might enjoy. So maybe check that out rather than these. We'll see you in the next one. It's so kind of...
It's gloopy.
It's really
like,
gloopy, isn't it?
It's like wallpaper paste.